Uh, Quickly, what is AI Africa series? We had our first edition some months ago. This is the second one, which is more practical. It's going to be um, about specific topics where AI can be implemented. Now, AI Africa series is an initiative aimed at exploring the transformative potential of AI across Africa. So we invite industry experts, they come and share their knowledge and also train people. So once again, you are very welcome to our second edition. And this specific room is for AI applications in human resource management. And this session is going to be led by Mr. Kwebe Emmanuel, the CTO of IDEC Digital. So before I start, I will do a quick introduction of Mr. Kwebe. Emmanuel Gbeve is a seasoned professional with over 15 years of experience in information systems. As the Chief Technology Officer at IDEC Digital, he leads a dynamic team in developing and managing innovative solutions and applications for business worldwide. His expertise in technology and innovation has propelled IDEC Digital to the forefront of the AI industry, delivering impactful solutions that drive efficiency, productivity, and growth. Emmanuel's holistic approach combines strategic vision with hands-on technical proficiency, ensuring each project delivers sustainable value to clients. He holds an MBA in AI, machine learning, and deep learning, as well as a master's in management information systems. Emmanuel is passionate about leveraging technology to solve complex business challenges and is dedicated to fostering a culture of AI innovation and collaboration in Africa. His exceptional contributions have been recognized with several prestigious awards. Recently, he was honored with the 2024 National Best Iconic African in Innovation and Technology of the Decade Award and the 2024 Outstanding Leadership in Technology Award. And that is the profile of Mr. Emmanuel Gbeve. We are focusing, as I said earlier, this room is for AI for human resource management. I wish you all a warm welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for making time to join us today. We are happy to have you all. I would be handing over to Mr. Emmanuel Gbeve, and we can start our session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gloria. I'm trying to put on my camera so you can see my face. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Those of you from other countries, welcome here. We are here in Ghana. I've seen people from Nigeria. Ifoluwa, I think I get your name right. Welcome. So this is going to be quick. We're going to do this within an hour. As Gloria said, if you have questions, please put it in the question sections. And if you have something that you want to contribute, probably at the end of the presentation, kindly raise your hand. We have raised hands up there. You can see the sign on your device. If you're using phone, please look for it. It might be hiding somewhere. Then you can raise your hand and speak to us after the presentation. So thank you so much. Once I am done with the presentation, there will be other presenters that will be doing a presentation today. So after this one, we'll share the, we've shared the schedule, but we will look at it again so that you don't keep track of your time as well. So thank you so much. Gloria, I think your mic is on. Can you mute it for me so that we don't have any hitches from coming from anywhere? Thank you so much, Gloria. Right, so let's get to it. I've been introduced already. And again, today's presentation is on AI application in human resource management. So the question is, what is human resource management? And also what an AI is, and how do we apply this in the space as I indicated. So we will come to the definitions, but I want us to look at the content, what we'll be looking at in terms of this presentation for today. So we'll look at the overview. I'm going to stay much longer on the overview space because going back into the details exactly, we would share the slides so you would read the details yourselves. But the details will definitely be explained, would definitely be discussed in the overview sections. So we'll look at that briefly. Now, we will also look at the benefits of AI in human resource practice. We'll look at the challenges of implementing this AI in your human resource process. And we'll look at the ethical considerations we need to be taken seriously or close look at. And we'll look at the future, how the future look like. How is it going to look like? And the case studies that are prevailing in AI application to HR. So HR basically comes in it has to do with, taking the welfare of your workers into considerations, making sure that the tasks that are assigned to each of them are being executed properly. If you are lacking employees in your company, how do you get these people to come in and work? And also, how do you basically describe their job descriptions and all that? So those are some of the things, and also includes how you recruit the people, okay, from recruitment to training to onboarding these employees in your company. So it's a whole lot of chain of tasks that these professionals engage themselves in. Now, when it comes to AI, what is this? What is this whole buzzword every day? We hear AI. People are even getting tired of it. Everything you do now, people say you are drinking AI or you are sleeping AI, you are doing whatever it is. What is it now? So AI is like, so we say artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is more like mimicking or trying to have a replica of human being or what human being does. Let me put it that way. I want to explain it in a very layman's understanding of what AI is about. AI is about trying to, have a replica, okay, have a replica of human behavior or human's intelligence. Let me put it that way. Okay, so then the question is, what are the intelligence of human? Okay, so we think, all right, we speak, we send emails, we respond to emails, we deduce, a lot of, insights from data when it comes in, and we try to give reports on some of these things that we read or we come across. So, and we also learn. We go to school, we learn, and we reproduce what we have learned. All right. So those are some of the intelligence or attributes of human. And what we are doing currently is to basically move that thinking or that part of behavior into a machine, okay? And we are saying that the machine to be doing those thinking for us, to be doing those kind of intelligence and stuff for us. And the question is, so while we are doing this, what is the intelligence of human anymore? What usefulness will our intelligence becomes? But I can tell you that, yes, the intelligence of the machine is from human, right? So if you make machine intelligent, then you are also intelligent. You cannot produce or you cannot invent machines that are intelligent if you humans are not intelligent. All right. So it's your intelligence that is being doffing out, or part of it given out to a machine. And mind you that the machine can relearn from what you have given it and reproduce and be better than you. That's another level. Okay, it can reproduce that, recreate that, reform that, and package it even better than what you human being can do. So that is the apex part of what artificial intelligence has come to do. Right. I don't want to go, because we're not dealing with artificial intelligence proper. I don't want to go, very deeper into it. But if we finish the conversation and there's a question coming up on how these things work, we can be able to address that. All right. So we're talking about the overview basically. So now, as part of this data that says that currently there's a pressure on HRs in terms of how artificial intelligence is helping them to function. So about 38% of the HR, leaders have explored or implemented AI solutions to improve process. All right. And what was the purpose of this is for them to be very efficient within an organization. So organizations, or the way we do things in an office space, is different from the way we do things in academia. So those of you who are students and lecturers, please watch out for Dr. Gadose Pius. Pius Gadose will be taking you through AI for students, learners, and lecturers. He is a lecturer himself. He's going to take you through that, and it's going to be very interesting. So please watch out for that. Take note of your schedules, and so that you don't mix that part of it. All right. So basically, you can see that there's an agency in terms of how people are waking up to this call. Don't stay in your corner to say that the way we used to do it, or the way we have been doing it, that's the way we're going to do it. You'll be wanting. You might be lagging behind. Who would remember? I think all of us remember the time Facebook came. I quite remember somewhere 2009. Once I was employed in a company. In fact, we have to hide our phone, or we have to hide virtually our phones to do WhatsApp and Facebook. I mean, you cannot go and be doing Facebook whilst you are in office environment. But now, can you see that there are a lot of changes in the entire conversation about whether you should be on social media and be working? In fact, social media is now a work of people. It's actually what brings the money. It's the engine of companies now. So if you think that your workers should not be on social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, all these platforms, then I'm sorry, you are out. You are off the revolution that we are in now, right? You are completely off the revolution. So I will take you through, we will watch some quick video on some of these tools that are available for HRs to be exploring. You can start or begin to explore that if you're an HR person here on the way, and also the way forward. But we will discuss the details after watching the video. I hope we'll do that. Which one? Sorry, I was told that you cannot hear the video. You cannot hear me playing the video. Or you cannot hear my sound from the video. Is that the case? Please put it in the chat if you cannot hear the sounds. Put it in the chat if you cannot hear the sound, please. Can you hear the sound of the video? Who can hear me? Can you hear my presentation from the video? Please, I want to get a quick one. It's not showing. Yes, sir. All right, so sorry, I think I was told the video is not showing at all. Let me get out and come back again. Can you see my screen now? Please confirm if you can see my screen, please, so I can project it. You can see my screen. We can hear you, but cannot see the video. Yes, I can see. Okay, great. Nice. I think we can see the screen. Great. Okay. Great. Let me project. All right. Sorry, I think there's some technical hitches happening again. No sound through. We can hear the sound. Wow. Okay. Those are the technical bits we have to face. We'll try. Let me try it again. Let me try it again. Okay. All right, so let me try and separate my video from the slides. Let me play from the machine direct because it's part of the slide. So I think that might be the problem we're facing. Let me play direct.
No, sir. Please, I can only see the video, but the audio is not audible.
Doctor, please, some of us can see the screen and your voice. So
Yes.
I think maybe some of us can see.
Right. I'm sorry to note that the video, the sound is not coming properly as expected. But don't worry, we're going to share the slide so you will enjoy every bit of the sounds in the presentation. But again, I'm going to explain all the concepts that have been presented in the video in my presentation as well. So we'll talk about some of these things once we moved on. Let's jump to the details of it. Sound. Yeah, I think it was right. So you can connect and check your minute. So thank you so much. We're really sorry for the sounds issue. But as I said, we're going to be presenting to you the slides. So you should be fine dealing with it. So there are a few issues that are raised in the video, which we have in our slides. So enhancing recruitment process in using AI or applying AI to HR. So we noticed that these days, I think those of you who apply, your jobs through LinkedIn, sometimes you get surprise messages saying that, sorry, you've not been successful, or probably you're successful, message sent to you. Some of these messages are automatic because your CVs can be analyzed by LinkedIn platforms or job platforms, especially if you're on your premium versions. It can analyze these CVs, sort out these CVs, or do the screening, get to know who exactly qualify for the job, and then select those people and send message to those that are not qualified for the job. So that is the level at which we are going. And some other platforms have these kind of features. And so AI is here and is to do the work better, efficiently and fast. So we need to be up and do, especially those of us who are HRs. We need to be up in the game. You should not wait and always say that this is the way we do it. This is the way we've been doing it for, over years. And so therefore we would hold on to this way of doing it. You would definitely be lagging behind, and your time has come soon that your employer might probably take you off job and said, we are sorry, we need to get to do things in a very better way, because your employers are visiting other employers. They've been reading widely, they've been having their meetings, and they know other bosses, and the way they do things in their offices, they know. And so if you're not up to that level, or you're not, whipping up the interest in terms of where we are today, then I'm sorry, you are really in trouble. You are really in trouble. So you need to prepare yourself for this revolution. Again, we're not here to talk about AI proper, so I'm trying my best not to, be very technical in my presentation, because this is supposed to be the what do you call it, the basics for you to understand. This is to waking you up. This is to make sure that you understand what is happening in the space. All right. Now, there's also another level of this recruitment process where chatbot interview sections are conducted, all right, where we try to do this so that we can free up what, the job that the HR staff might be doing in terms of interviewing everybody one after the other. So chatbots would collect your CVs, analyze them, and provide all the possible questions that can be asked for you to answer. And where you provide the answers, those answers would be measured against your CVs and your capabilities of delivering on the job, and feedback will be given to you. And once that is done, again, we can trash down the number into specifics in terms of where the human can then come in to intervene and do the proper, or do the human interface one. There's also a predictive hiring part, which we envisage in the future. All right, that AI can forecast future hiring needs based on historical data, optimizing workforce planning. So again, it means that, like the HR does or do in terms of trying to know, okay, which kind of department needs which specific staff, AI can be used basically to determine that. AI can predict that based on what is happening in the company, we feel that the company lack these specific staffs. So, and then recommend that for recruitment. And AI can even schedule for that interview to happen, and in terms of can post jobs, okay, can do job posting. If you watch the video, you would come across the applications that are responsible for those, or platforms that you can get some of these AI systems that are already in place. Okay, all right. Right. So again, we know that once we do the enhancement of the recruitment process and all that, we can also augment the other areas in terms of employee development. We know that HRs are responsible for skills development or skills gap analysis, and then provide what learning, curves that need to be recommended to the staff, so they can then have their improvement on the job. So AI can do all this. Adaptive learning platforms can be recommended to the employees to learn on their own based on what the AI have actually analyzed and the reports given. Performance feedback automations, all right? So AI can provide real-time feedbacks on each and every employee based on their performance, okay? And recommend whether that employee can be efficient in the next few years or few months, or that employee should be going home. All right, so that's where we are now. So you cannot, there's no cutting of corners when it comes to AI. There's also an issue of sentiment analysis in terms of the feedback that is given. So AI is basically going to be deployed to read feedbacks that are coming from the employees or probably you sending emails, sending, doing all sort of things that you do on your basic platforms. If you have the ERP platforms, AI can be integrated into those platforms, and you can analyze what everybody is doing at what point in time. And at the end of it, whatever things you are typing in, we can read meanings into each words that you type in and recommend whatever issues that each employee or employer is facing and how that can be sorted out. So career path, I spoke about it already, how those can be done in terms of trying to recommend career areas that each staff can be engaged in to make sure that their professional career is being boosted. Now, there's also an aspect of predictive iteration part, modeling, or you can call it, where the AI can determine which staff may leave in the next few months. That is interesting, yeah. Which staff will be leaving in a few months or in a few days, and make recommendations to management that there's possibility that specific staffs may be leaving the company, or you risk the chance of losing some of these staff, and how you should be able to keep them. Okay, even though the recommendation is given, is not for you to say, I'm sacking you, I'm taking you out of the place before the person leaves. It is proper, or if you do HR properly, HRs are not fan of sacking people. Proper HRs do not just stand up and rewrite things on their staff and say they should go home. If you think that they are not doing well, what you do is to provide them with the guide, to provide them with the training necessary to keep them. And if they are not doing better, then either they themselves fall out or you make them fall out. That is what proper HR does. I don't know how many of you followed the issue of Richard Jakpa and the issue of ambulance case. If you look at that critically, at a point, they have to call in the military to give an account of what happened in the space, all right? And you can see that per account of what we have read or we've seen, it seems to be that he has been given the opportunity to learn and also, you know, go for courses and stuff like that. And it looks like he himself feels that this is not probably the place for him to stay or to be, and decided to opt out. So these are some of the things. You need to provide the opportunity for them to be able to do that, actually. All right. So the benefits you should be getting basically are embedded in what we spoke about in terms of the recruitment process. So it enhances your screening process. The candidate's experience are going to be virtually validated, and it's so tough. Sometimes you make mistakes recruiting people, especially those of you who are employers here. You will notice that you mix it. Sometimes you employ somebody and you feel like, no, this is a wrong probably person that I have put in this space. Maybe due to the fact that probably you've not taken time to scrutinize the person's CV properly and get to know whether the person qualified for the job properly. And so if that comes in, sometimes you want to make sure you train the person, as I said. But for you not to do that or to go into that mistakes, there's a need for you to do what? To deploy your AI that can do those training for you properly, and the experience of the person. And also, again, we talked about biasness. It reduces the biasness of the recruitment, making sure that everything that is being done is done properly. Streamline your administrative tasks. These can help you to automate schedules and coordinations. We know that even for this meeting to happen, there's a lot of schedules that are happening. There are a lot of emails that our team keeps sending to you. They schedule this meeting, schedule that one, cancel the other one, you know, reschedule the next one. So these are some of the things that AI, you know, behind, you know, processing, making sure that some of these things are done. And, you know, volumes of emails are being sent and is by the work of AI, and some of these things done properly. so that we don't find any hitches in regards to the program. Efficient data management is key. Most often, we don't take track of our data, making it very difficult for us to analyze whatever is going on, because AI strives on data. And so if you are an HR person or you are an employer, you don't insist on data collection and how properly data should be managed. And it means that in future or very near time to come, decision making will be very terrible for you, because that's where we're going, whether you like it or not. Management is going to be very much of a dashboard than thinking throughout. Automated onboarding processes. So you put in, you employ the staff. How do you put them into work? How do you now say that, okay, this is what we have assigned to you. These are the terms that the company, follows. These are the modules for training. These are the orientation materials that we have. And this is what we do in each of the departments, how these things are done. And administratively, you need to take the employee through all these things. And AI can help you do all those things nicely. All right. Okay. So I think we spoke about some of these things already. I'm going to skip through that. Challenges we're going to be facing basically have to do with the regulatory compliance. We know that we have a data protection authority, which says that when we are collecting data, we collect it in a rightful way and protect it and manage it properly, so that those data you've collected will not get into wrong hands. And so we at IDEC Digital are properly, protected. So any information we collect from your end is properly safeguarded. We make sure that we don't get it to anybody. You can see that the emails that we send it to you, you don't see anybody's email in those emails. It comes to you and mention your name properly. And so you ask yourself, how do we collect volumes of email? Because we have gotten about almost like 800, entries plus, and even as of this morning, more new entries are coming in. And so you can see that we're managing all these things so that we don't share anybody's information with any other person, and that will put us in a very wrong image. Cybersecurity risk. How do you protect, your what do you call it, sensitive information or HR data, so that it will not be in a cyberspace? Ethical use of the data. How properly do you collect prevent AI from misusing the data? Because again, there are issues that has to do with the AI, which we will deal with it in the subsequent presentations as well. Change management. Okay, so AI can help you to do all these things, operational part of it. So AI has come. We need to. It can help us to build trust. Okay, it can also help us to retrain. Okay, and reskill our staff. Again, I said that in the presentation earlier, actually. So we got something, algorithmic biases. Algorithmic biases and fairness in AI. And this has to do with same thing in HR space as well. And so how properly do you coordinate your operations? Okay. And how do you do that so that when AI is reading through your data, it may not be committing a lot of biases or blunder in terms of being unfair to other staff members. So maybe your information on, you're not very objective in evaluating some of the staff members. You are very biased in when you're doing such evaluations. And what you're doing is that you are asking the AI to be biased as well in analyzing those data and giving false representation of those people. And we need to be very careful about those things when we are doing that in this age of AI. Data representation. How keen are you in terms of reinforcing the existence of AI, bias in HR practices? Make sure that the practices are followed properly, and that would also make sure that the data you're collecting is up to the task, to make sure that the AI do not commit to those blender that issue are coming to put in place. Sorry. Continuous monitoring. yes, it's the job of the AI to do that. So as an HR person, you need to keep eyes on the AI tools that you are deploying to make sure that it gives the final verdict in your favor or to your dictates, not trying to do its own stuff, right? Ethical consideration. I think we spoke about briefly all these things already. Avoiding algorithmic biases in recruitment, transparent in AI-driven decision processes, safeguarding employee privacy and data protection, mitigating potential job displacement effect. I mean, definitely when AI comes in, some people will go home. They must go home. They must be displaced. And so how do you put in place measure to make sure that those people are compensated properly and they are also made to, probably find something else to do. Maybe if not, probably what you feel that AI is coming to take their position in the workspace. So we need to take note of all those things properly. I spoke about unfairness in using that already. Accountability. Whatever decision that the AI tools takes or the AI tools that you deploy takes, you must be accountable. You must be ready to be responsible for any results or decision that comes out. As I said, if you are being biased about your data, the AI will give you biased results, and that would put you in trouble. So please, you must be ready to take that in good faith. Be always ready for the law. Okay, don't just think that you are just deploying AI tool, and then if the issue of risk comes in and you don't want to bear it, be ready to do that as well. All right, so we spoke about all these things already, which are things that will be coming in a very short time. Is here already, not coming in a short time. I mean, I wish you listen to the video. Sounds really, really threatening, but it's not a threat. It's a challenge for all of us to make sure that we are ready for the time. We are ready to make sure that the job that is coming, we fit into it. If you're a lecturer, please get ready for the lecture part of it in the at the close of, I think that should be on Friday or so. Basically, I think I spoke about all these things already. Real-time performance feedbacks, identify patterns for talent retentions, automated goal settings, trackings, personalized learning, all these things that I spoke about. I mean, I spent some time on overview, so I've explained all these in details in the overview. So when you get slides, please take your time and go through it. I thank you very much. Want this to be in under 1 hour. I think because we start a bit late, somewhere around 10:20. So I want to give the rest of the time in terms of 10 minutes for us to ask our necessary questions, and then we'll be out of here. Again, as Gloria said earlier, please, we want to make sure that we certify whoever attended our program. This is an African, program, AI Africa Series 2.0, and we have people from other countries who are joining us. And we have people from UK, from Tanzania, Zimbabwe, I've seen Congo as well. So please, we are very excited to have you. So we would be issuing out a certificate of participation. This is for you to basically also say that you have also attended this program, and you can express your views when it comes to things like this. When you are called upon, nobody knows when you would be asked, or probably maybe in a job space where companies are evaluating your CV to make sure that they recruit you. They want to see whether you have some form of attendance to these particular, webinars, and to update yourself on what is happening, and that can land your job. So we'll be issuing a certificate of participation, and that will come at a very small fee of 100 cedis for those of you who are in Ghana. For those of you who are outside of Ghana, is $8 $8. So we'll share a link. I think that should be shared on the chat section. We'll share links of Excel sheet where you write your name. If you need a certificate, it's not compulsory, please. It's not compulsory. We'll give it to those who want it. So you put in your name and then your details. I mean, your name, your telephone number, and then your other details that we would take note of, and then send the CVs to you as you paid your 100 cedis. We'll also be sending you a Momo number that you would send the number through. We have some quick challenge on it. We're trying to rectify that as quickly as possible. Then we can share that with you. But if that's not done, maybe a personal one can also be shared as well, which is verified by the company to make sure that the money goes through that as well. So that will be communicated to only those who have filled the form to get a certificate done for them. So please, Gloria, can we have the links of the? Can we have the SO sheets of the details that can capture the names, please? All right, so we're open for question now. If you have any question, please raise your hand and ask those questions. Again, we are a software development company. We develop software for companies across the globe. We have software company we develop software for company in UK, in Cameroon, here in Ghana. We have some clients as well. So in case you have your legacy systems and you want to probably maybe begin to hook up with the AI, or you want to have a conversation on AI, how we can optimize those systems for you, please talk to IDEC Digital. We'll be much glad to take up those what do you call it, tasks, and help you fix them up. Also, those of you who are professionals in terms of how you can also deliver lectures. As times goes on, we'll be recruiting in terms of getting people who can speak on space like this, or on AI space like this, because we know some of you are gurus in the space. So we would be please, my technical people, be controlling the mic so we can mute those mics that are coming in. Please click on people and mute those mics for me so that they will not interrupt the conversation. All right. So again, we also have a platform called Africosity. Africosity is just like a how am I going to call it? Just like a Udemy or Coursera platforms, where we have courses. Similar courses are there for sale. So if you're a professional and you want to also go into delivering lectures like this and put it there for small fees, we are ready to help you do that as well. We are partners with PECB. It's a ISO certified company located in Canada. So we are partners. So what it means is that we can provide ISO training for those who want to be certified, so you can work in your space properly. So I've shared the Africosity platform as well, so you can get that on as well, so you can begin to have a conversation. So please, I'll end it here and I'll open the floor for questions. Please, if you have a question, please raise your hand. There's a hand icon over there. Maybe you might be talking and we're not hearing you. Probably is something we can activate your mic from our end. And we can do that as well.
We have a question here. Doris is asking, can you give us specific tools for the various HR functions, both free downloads and payable tools?
Yeah, so we do not want to make this training to be as if we are trying to market somebody's product. All right, but I have as I said, we'll be sharing the slides. The video have all the tools that you need to start with, payable, non-payable, free platforms. They are all in the video that we'll be sharing with you. So when we share them, please take note of the video, and then you can go to some of those platforms and see if you can procure some of those applications. Yeah, I've seen hands up. Mohammed Abubakar. Please, yes,
Yes.
on your mic and
Good
speak.
afternoon.
Afternoon.
Hello. I'm pleased from the presentation. I've realized it's just overview. I wanted to ask if they will treat and like practical work on it. Will there be session for
Is there a session for?
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you.
I'm asking, will there be session for practicals?
Well, our aim for this training is to basically go into the basics, and then we would have the very practical section probably in the subsequent events. But this one is tends to give you a better understanding of what is happening in the space, and also show you or take you through some few guides on how you can prepare yourself, and also get some few tools to be working with. So if you talk about practical in terms of trying to develop AI tools yourselves and stuff like that, please watch out for that one, which will be coming soon.
Thank you.
Welcome. Any more questions, please?
Hello.
Yes. Yeah, Iman.
Yeah, Emmanuel here.
Good.
Yeah. So AI has some few things that I would like us to see how best we can also look at it. Another concern that a lot of people are raising that the human being is a social animal. So at the workplace, what happens to when we always focus on AI and other devices to do the work for us? What happens to the collaboration efforts and the kind of connections that play a crucial role and that team cohesion? Because currently what we're experiencing that some of the people who work remotely started having that issue concerning how team cohesion is a problem. How do we solve this issue, or how do we improve on that in case that AI is mostly going to take over most of the activities in the workplace?
Yes, thank you for that. It's a very legitimate question, and it's concerned to those of us who are AI, inclined or AI experts. We much concerned with how our works. Even myself, my works is under threat, right? It's under threat. So if you don't, that's why we keep saying that if you don't rescale, okay, if you don't retool yourself, if you don't re-educate yourself, you are definitely going to be part of these cry that everybody keep crying. You'll be part of it. When Facebook and the rest came, as I said, it's not everybody who knows how to go around it, but you have to find your way around it. And everybody is now jumping on it, and everybody is now Facebook person or social media person. And so your question is legitimate, but again, there's something we call AI for good. The AI for good is for productivity purposes. All right. Just like you have your Office 365 and other applications that you use in your office space. And as I said earlier in my presentation, workspace or work environment is different from academia, all right? So work is about productivity, it's about money, it's about profit. And so works are always looking for easier way that they can generate money. So if they would have to kick out everybody and be making money, probably sleeping at home, they would kick everybody out and go and sleep and make their money. And so, and then the issue is have to do with the ethical part of it. How do we prevent that from happening? Then there's another concept that comes in, what we call AI in the loop, human in the loop, right? So we need to put the human being in the loop of the AI conversation. So once we are deploying AI applications and all these tools to work with, we must make sure that human beings are trained to work with them, so that they can be part of their daily works. So we don't try and push human out of the equation, collaboration, as you said, out of equation and all that, and making sure that work is productive and efficient.
Hello.
Yes, Juliet.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much for your presentation. I wanted to just add a few things. Yes. I agree with you on ethical issues, and I agree with you that we need to humanize some of the things. That is where the human mind becomes paramount here. I understand team building. So people do a lot of things in bringing people together, assembling people together like quarterly or biannually, and just to make sure that we are touching base with what we put in place to achieve. So AI is supposed to help us with productivity and efficiency, but the human side of the thing, it depends on us, the human beings. We can also sit down and say that, okay, AI is doing my management for me or doing my administration for me. So because of that, the people I work with do not matter, they matter. So what we can do is put on activities that will help us to meet each other like quarterly. So consciously, we need to, as human resource people, we need to put people together. I remember my former workplace, we used to have a lot of automated things. But one thing we do not forget is our family day out. I mean, our family day out, you are supposed to come there physically with your family or something, and it's fun. We have one quarterly meeting that is supposed to be an in-person meeting, and at a place where it's going to take quite some time. So we can actually put in some of these things for team building so that we are able to solve the issue of the human being. But the human being is very, very important. Even though I have stories of people who think they have got companions from AI. Some people have AI boyfriends, some people have AI girlfriends, and they have the companion they want. But we still need the human touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Juliet, for that contribution. Very important.